Hey everyone, as I've been saying, it's time to do Sphere of Influence. Now, as you can tell, I've already actually done this because I wanted the main deal, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to actually record this before it's December 5th time frame. I think the episode does remain, but I wanted the big prize, as it were, before that time frame ended. So here we go. Sphere of Influence. Let's see. The gateway discovered beneath the surface of New Romulus is prepared and ready for activation. Because the Romulan Republic is dedicated to sharing the gateway and all we learn from it with our allies, we are inviting representatives of the Romulan Republic, the Federation, and the Klingon Defense Force to join us on New Romulus for the first trip through the gateway. I would be honored if you'd join us. So, and you get the prize. The main prize is is a ship, actually. However, since I got the ship, as I mentioned, you get to choose through several other new deals. Oh, and I also got a warp core with it too, so I'll be choosing one of the other deals. Thankfully, I don't think I get the shipping.
Welcome to New Romulus.
That's kind of loud. Let me turn that down. Welcome to New Romulus. I am Vernak, and I serve as a liaison officer for Detan. As you can see, we've stabilized the environment in this area as part of our investigations of the gateway. Protective gear is no longer necessary. Admiral Karanak is waiting for you in the gateway chamber. Alright, so we need to go to the gateway chamber, which is down here. But yeah, I've already done this. Like I said, I wanted the really big prize, which we'll see later in the episode, and of course, which we'll be seeing more when I record with this character. So we'll go through here, and we'll go up here. You need to talk to the Admiral. Welcome. The Romulan Republic is here, along with representatives from our allies in the Federation and the Klingon Empire, to witness the dawn of a new age. Harnessing the power of this gateway will change everything for our people. Yes, we must be cautious. The Day Ones tried to do the same, and it destroyed them. But we have been studying this gateway since its discovery and believe that we can understand where they went wrong. Or we believe that we understand where they went wrong. We now have the technology and knowledge that we need to successfully adapt Iconian technology for our own use. We have a few final adjustments to make, and then we'll be ready to...
You think you have corrected the issue? Consider what happened to the Day Ones, and what the result would be if the Romulans lose a second homeworld.
Yep, as I said in the Fallout New Vegas, Michael Dorn is voicing... Michael Dorn's reprising his role as Worf. So, yep.
I have encountered Iconian gateways twice before. In both those instances, the finest commanders I ever served found the technology to be too dangerous to preserve. It is difficult to believe that you have managed to do what they could not.
Are there problems?
No problem.
Ambassador Worf was invited here because of his experience with Iconian gateways. He has been voicing his concerns with our decision to activate the gateway. Excuse me. My science teams are convinced that they have solved the problems of the past, but I fear that, like the ambassador, some of my engineers have their doubts. Detan and the Senate believe that this to be an important step for the new Republic, but it is a step that we must take with our allies. We respect their opinions and want them to join us in this venture, just as the Bajorans and the Federation worked in tandem when the wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant was discovered. In the interest of seeing, what does that say? Oh, easing some concerns. Ambassador, I invite you to take a final check of this data. Perhaps the Admiral would be willing to assist you, and yet I'm ready to assist.
Acceptable. Admiral Karanak, I want to start by reviewing your science team's work.
Understood. Alright, so now we need to follow Worf over here and go talk to the Romulan science team. But yeah, Michael Dorn reprising his role. I was going to mention Michael Dorn actually doing voice work in a Fallout New Vegas, but as you could probably tell, I got to Fallout New Vegas first before I started doing this.
I'm sorry, did you need something?
I don't mean to be so distracted, but it's taken a lot of work and a lot of late nights to get here. Finally, we're ready. We've considered everything that could go wrong and planned for any contingency. The Day Ones weren't as advanced technologically as we are. They haven't even become a warp culture when they tried to repower the gateway. We have the advantage that they could only dream of having. There's some risk, of course, but anything worth doing has some risk. We wouldn't be standing on a new homeworld for our people if we haven't been willing to take a chance and challenge the Tal Shiar. How can I help?
With all due respect to you, Ambassador, I don't think there's anything to worry about.
If you want, I'll review my data the team has collected with you. Admiral, we can review the power variance coefficient numbers for the Alpha, Gamma, and Delta monitors. Maybe I do need another set of eyes. I've had a lot of trouble sleeping, and I'll go find those numbers. And we need to go down here and look at this console.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
Power output monitors. Let's see, 45, 34. Of course, I'm still probably going to get these wrong, even though I'm looking at them, because...
Program initialized. Select monitoring
I'm probably still going to get these wrong.
Program initialized. Select monitoring program.
Okay, I have a really poor memory. So, let's go over here. Now that we got the numbers, let's go over here and talk.
Were you able to find the coefficient numbers for me?
14.
Alpha is 14. That looks correct.
What was it?
Yes, that's correct. Gamma is 47.
Okay, good. I actually got it right on the first try. As you see, Ambassador, we have all the numbers perfectly in order. Does that satisfy you?
Your numbers may be correct, but have you ever witnessed the power of one of these gateways outside of a holodeck? Well, I have. I was invited here to share my knowledge with those willing to listen. Even the best plans seldom survive contact with the enemy.
Maybe we should talk to the engineering team.
Yes, they've been asking for the final power variance numbers.
I'm sure Commander Malak would appreciate the newest set of data. And we'll go speak to him. I think this is the guy we need to talk to.
I appreciate you speaking up about your concerns.
If our projections are off at all, we can end up freezing to death in the caves, just like the Day Ones. This gateway is an extremely valuable resource, but is it worth losing everything we've built here? And I have new numbers for you.
Finally.
You want a full-time job here? I could use some reliable help. These aren't too bad. Better than what we've had before. Maybe this will work after all.
I agree that the simulations look promising, but I still have some concerns.
So do I, but we're on a deadline.
My team has the geothermal tap operational, and with the proper numbers, we can finally align the power flow from the gateway and activate it again. I'd be happy to discuss your concerns with you, Ambassador, but I'll need someone to help with the final commands to release the pylons while I monitor the power levels. Admiral, can you help? All of my team is busy with the tap, and it will give the Ambassador and I some time to talk. I'd ask Adriana to do it, but she's got her hands full as it is. Dutan invited you here, Ambassador. He had good reason, and he's a good man. I trust him if he thinks you have something important to say. We need to listen.
Perhaps we can find a solution that will ensure the safety of all of us. Show me your projections.
I'll activate the console and monitor the power readings. Alright, yeah, sorry, but as you can see, I have the, I still have the, remodulator, and it's tied to the deal where I, split my videos. Alright, let's activate the power here. That's activated, so let's go over here and activate this. So the deals open up there. Now let's activate this. And yep, there's the deal. I think I can actually walk through here since the deal actually isn't active just yet. Where? Oh, he's over here. Okay, no, he's over here. I'm such a moron.
The numbers are good, but something seems off.
This gateway may not exactly be like the others we've encountered. And it's off?
Agreed. Sensor readings from the gateways I've encountered were significantly different than this. Could it be because of the power source you're using?
Readings like this make me wonder.
You open a door, and that means there's got to be something on the other side. Maybe this isn't a one-way trip. You think there's some things on the other side trying to get in?
The numbers aren't saying that exactly, but it's a real possibility.
I understand that what the gateway means to my people, but I'm concerned about what could happen if we open it without taking more precautions. Yeah, let's add some more security.
Captains Sean and Corin have been consulting with Kararek's security forces. I will ask Corin to deploy some of her finest warriors. I do not know Captain Sean, but he commands an enterprise. He must be a formidable man. He also has less enthusiasm for activating the gateway than others here. I am certain he has considered all the options.
I'll speak with Sean and see what our options are. And of course, Worf would know about people who command the Enterprise.
How may I assist you?
Alright, good to see you again. How can I assist you? You have a moment?
The team looks like it's almost done with the final checks. Make it quick.
Worf has some concerns about the gateway. And because he can't come over and chat with the Starfleet officer without raising some eyebrows in his own delegation, he's sending you instead. Interesting. Tell him I share in his concerns about the gateway. What does he think we should do? He wants an option to neutralize the gateway, if we need to.
I'll admit I've been dubious about this project from the start.
Some things are too powerful for anyone to have. Still, it's my job to do what Starfleet Command orders, so the Enterprise is here to assist and represent the Federation. But it's also my job to protect my ship and the Federation, so I had my engineers work up some contingency plans. If Corin is bringing in entire extra ground troops to deal with any unwelcome visitors, that should help. My chief engineer worked up a few small spatial charges with enough power to take out the gateway. If we attach them to the base of the pylons, we should be able to stop a disaster before it starts. I don't want to use them unless we have to. We're here at the Romulans' invitation, after all, but it's always good to have a backup plan. And I'll take care of it, so what we need to do is go over here and set the spatial charges onto the side of these pylons. There's one. And here is the other one.
What are you... Ah, good idea.
Alright, and I think that should be everything. I think we're good to go, so let's go over here and talk to the Admiral about starting the gateway.
If all the preparations are complete, I see no reason to delay.
Prepare to activate the gateway. And watch the gateway activate. Watch the gateway activate.
Initiating final power transfer.
Power output rising. Levels are within expected parameters.
Activating gateway. We've got a spike. Attempting to compensate. No good.
Abort! Abort the mission!
Shut it down!
Detonating charges.
No effect! Get everyone out of the chamber! Into the gateway! I knew that gateway would be trouble. We can't get a reading on where we are or how far we've traveled. The best we can figure out is that we are not in normal space anymore. And we are trapped. The scientists have been able to get a few readings from New Romulus, but the gateway was damaged. We cannot use it to return. A few people managed to grab some supplies on their way through the gateway. They might have something useful. Check the crates. Assist with the wounded. Once we have seen to the immediate problems, then we can worry about getting out of here.
Understood. When Worf said shut it down, kind of reminds me of that pandemic game when Madagascar shuts down everything. Shut down everything. Okay, can I not help with these guys? I guess not. I think I need to go over here and check the crates first before I'm able to help with the wounded. Alright, that's one crate. That's the other one, and there's this one over here. Okay, yeah, now I can help with these guys. Let's see. A rock hit me on my way through the gate. I guess it could have been worse. I could have been there when the top of the cavern came down. Alright. For medical assistance. It's my left arm. It hurts to move it. I think apply the sling. Thanks. It feels a lot better. I think I'll be okay now. Yeah, I think applying the sling is